This is the Tesla, which is a tent that fits in the back of your Tesla Model Y. What's going on, guys? My name is Nico Murillo. I live part-time inside my Tesla, and today we're expanding the living room because we have a tent that connects to the back of the Tesla. Just to give you guys a little backstory, I did live inside my Tesla full-time for about 5 months. Obviously, this is not a permanent situation. This is kind of like if you want to pitch a tent and stay for a campsite for a long period of time. There's like no steel columns in this thing. It's all in the air columns. So we're going to talk all about this. But the very cool feature about this is that the Tesla climate control connects to the Tesla tent into the back. So that way you're warm and cozy in the inside. It's already comfortable inside the Tesla. But what about taking it outdoors into a tent? We're gonna try it out. I wanna say thank you for Tesla for sending me this tent. Okay, so the first thing you wanna do when setting up a tent is find a flat area to set up the Tesla. And so the packaging of the Tesla is small enough to fit in the back of the trunk. And keep in mind, I even have a drawer system that sets up as my kitchen in the back of my trunk, and this thing can still fit in there. And the setup for this thing, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty difficult if you do it with one person. If I had another helper, I'm sure it would be a lot easier. This does come in with an electric pump, so it's easier to kind of pump it. Before it was a manual pump, but now it even has a plug-in system that goes to the 12 volt in the back of the car, and this is the electric pump I'm talking about. I try to do this thing without reading the instructions, and apparently there's 2 vents. The first one, you plug it in with the electric pump. The second one, you have to close up and tighten. So the first vent is on the right side and the second vent is on the left side. And there is a backup manual pump just in case anything fails on you for the electric pump. And I highly suggest that you bring a hammer with you that's big enough to put a lot of stakes into the ground, because this thing flies everywhere if you don't have everything secured down. And it was a really windy day today, so I had to stake everything down and secure it. But after everything went up, it was perfectly fine. All right, guys, so we are inside the Tesla, in the back of the Tesla Model Y. And right now I have the climate control going on full blast, like 80 degrees. And I can feel the climate coming out from the car. Like right here is warm. I can feel the heat coming from the car. And so this is a game changer, because this is like your diesel heater, quote unquote. This is like your electric heater. It's coming from the entire car into the tent. If it's like really cold outside, this will warm up. So as you can see, the Tesla is pretty much binding to the car, and it's a whole wraparound feature where it's well thought out. I really think that this was really well thought out in engineering design, because you wanted to have the columns kind of like go over everything, and then this enclosed entirely to make sure you have that climate control feature. I really do thoroughly enjoy having the climate control going to the back. It's just insane. Look how much space this is. Like, I'm 5'8", and I can pretty much go all the way like this and have a lot of room. Like, take a look at this. All right, and there's also a hook right here. So if you want to put like a camping lantern to make it brighter in here when it gets dark, you can. And just for full transparency, I do car living part-time. I did do it for a good 5 months of car living, and it was a journey and an experience traveling all across the US to see national parks. I'm kind of currently waiting out the winter and waiting for the summer to be hotter. I think car living is a lot more enjoyable when it's hotter. And one of the unique things about having a Tesla is that you get to watch YouTube or Netflix in this middle screen while you're camping. So you have your entertainment system right here, and you can enjoy the night and have fun and relax. This is my bed inside the Tesla Model Y. I took out the passenger seat and created a whole entire bed frame. If you guys want to watch that video, I'll put it here. But basically, we're going to take this bed and put it in the back and see how it fares out. You can call it camping, you could call it glamping, you could call it luxury camping, whatever you want to call it. It's a tent in the back of the Tesla. Okay, so here's the bed frame of my Tesla Model Y. And the inside, just for quick reference. Alright, so just for reference, I'm 5'8", and I could fit in the whole tent in the back. Yeah, pretty spacious. This is literally a living room and an expansion of my Tesla home. This is the zipper right here, and you open it up. You're able to go through it. The climate is still pretty hot through here, even though you do have a flap that's not entirely enclosed on the bottom. And then when you go on the outside, make sure you don't trip under that. There's another zip open right here. So that's tied with Velcro. And that's it right there. So obviously it is very out there. Like, you can see that you're camping in this legitly. So this is not stealth camping whatsoever. So we have the logo right there, the Tesla. We have this thing enclosing the entire car in the back through these zips right here. And they stake in the ground like that. And the only caveat is these lines. They kind of block the door a little bit from going inside. There's a little bit of slack on here now because I had to open the door. But the back one pretty much goes down there like that. We'll go on to the front of the car. So again, stakes in the ground right here. And those enclose the lift gate in the back. Bad thing too here is it closes the car. You can roll your window down. Roll the window down in order to open it up. That's where I have my microwave right here. That's powered by an EcoFlow battery pack in the back. So you roll the window up, close it, right? And then this is the back side of the tent, stake in the ground also as well. And then it closes up right there. And we have the logo right here. All right, so we were filming, and then the ranger said, "Hey, you can't camp here." So obviously, see how big this thing is. It's not stealth camping. So, okay, so these are all inflatable columns. They are filled with air. There are no plastic metal beams inside this tent. So these are the two columns right here, all the way down. This is also an inflatable column all the way down and all the way through there. All right, so if you guys are new here to the channel, I do have a kitchen in the back of my Tesla, and this can pretty much work with the Tesla. So the kitchen is a drawer setup from TerraGlide. So right here is where I store my food. It's a electric fridge, and I got like my spinach and all that. I'll link a link in description for you guys if you want to get this Tesla fridge. But yeah, I have all my food. Got pasta. I got chicken, ground beef, all in here. So this is like ultimate camper setup. And this powers by external battery pack. How cool is that? I have my kitchen table set up. I got my bed. I got a chair. Pretty much have a lot of things in here to live comfortably. So right now it's February, it'll be March soon, and then April, and that's when it starts getting hotter. And then we got May, and then June, and then summer. I think this is perfect for your summer trips or your spring trips, right? When it starts getting hotter. It meshes the two of like trying to camp inside your Tesla, right? And camping outside in a tent. And I really think the design team, whoever designed this, really thought that out. I took this Tesla to Utah, Wyoming, Montana, Canada, Washington, Oregon. And man, if I had this tent, that'd be pretty cool. I actually did sleep inside my car for the whole 2-month road trip. I went there and had an experience, explored all the national parks. But yeah, if I had this tent, it would be a game changer to be outside. Skip the hotels. It's cheaper, right? Because you pay for a campsite $30, $60 maybe, right? Versus a hotel, which is on average about $150 per night. So I'd rather have a tent or sleep in the car than pay for those high costs of hotel nights. Okay, so if you have your Tesla app, you can pretty much increase the climate to 81 degrees and you'll have the heat coming from the inside of the Tesla to the outside to the Tesla. Yeah, so this tent is perfect if you have a big camping trip coming up, especially if you have kids, right? So you can sleep in the car or they can sleep in the car and you can sleep out here. It just expands the whole Tesla camping experience. And I really feel like it's just an addition to having more fun outside, outdoors, whereas you're just stuck inside the car. Okay, so if you guys ever watched the movie The Martian with Matt Damon, this definitely is inspired by that. I feel like I'm on Mars, I'm not gonna lie, because I have the hatch pretty much closed out to like the outer elements, right? So the lift gate is popped open and yeah, I really thoroughly enjoy how the climate control, I know I keep saying it, but the climate control from the Tesla to the tent, I mean, you could feel the heat coming from the Tesla itself. And just the great thing about this too is like easy access for zippers. When you come on into the tent, it's just like plug and play. And so as I'm coming in here, you have like these zippers you pull down and then bam, you're inside your freaking living room, man. How much is rent out here, boy? So you got table, I got the fridge in there, I got my microwave, I got my water right here from Dometic. Yep. And the chair and the bed. And one of the bad things has nothing to do with the tent, but it has to do with the Tesla itself. There's this light on the lift gate that stays on, so you're gonna have to get like some duct tape or something for this to kind of block it permanently while you're kind of sleeping in it, because there's no way to turn this guy off. That makes sense. See that? All right, so this tent was very hard to build, I'm not gonna lie. I really do thoroughly enjoy problem solving. I enjoy puzzles. When I can't do something and it's hard, like difficult, I really feel like that builds character, that callousness of like, hey, I'm gonna go through this and I'm going to finish it what I started. And I feel like when you finish one thing and you finish the other, it compounds into your life, right? And so in building this tent, I had a lot of struggles. Like I couldn't find why the vent was not plugging all these columns up is because I had one vent open. This was a good puzzle for me, but we got it done, we got it through. And I think without struggle, there is no progress, right? And so you build this strong character of like resilience of, hey, I'm gonna do it no matter what the struggles, right? And that's a good thing, right? And keep in mind, I am solo camping right now. I am literally doing this by myself. I set up this tent all my own, and Miyamoto Musashi, he's a Japanese samurai, he says, it may seem difficult at first, but all things are always difficult at first. And so when you have this mindset of like, hey, I'm gonna push through it, it's just like riding a bike. It's just like anything that you do in the beginning, it's hard, it's difficult. I don't know how to do this. But then you build the character to push on through the struggle, the difficulty, and when you end up doing it, man, it is a very good feeling. And now I don't even think this is all about the tent anymore. It's all about mindset, right? It's all about what's in here. If you could fix what's in here, you could fix what's out there. And what I really believe is that I read this book called The Obstacle is the Way, and it said that you cannot always control the situation. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always 100% control how you react to things. And I really took that to heart because I wanted to give up when I built this tent. It wasn't going up, the air columns were not going up, and I just wanted to just do the video the next day or something like that. But I said to myself, hey, you can do this, you got this. And it's all about that self-talk I think we get in our head, is that we get in our talk of like, I can't do this. If you keep telling yourself and you talk to yourself like you can do this, you got this. Self-talk, positivity will get you places, right? And I really feel like if you really believe it, you can definitely achieve it, no matter how corny that does sound. And so this is my message to you, is to do what you want to do. If you want to start a YouTube channel, start it. If you want to build a tent by yourself, do it. If no one's saying yes to going out to go places, go out on your own and do it. I really feel like you have to put yourself out there and try and fail. And if you do that, it'll fall into other things in your life. I believe how you do one thing is how you do everything. And greatness is a lot of small things done well. And you just got to put one foot in front of the other, right? If you fall and fail flat on your face, it's fine. Get back up. Fall down 7 times and you get back up 8. So I'm gonna end the video here. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna hop and get all of this out together and get out of this place because it's about to start raining. If you guys want to get this tent, I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to go and get it. So thank you guys for watching. We'll catch y'all in the next episode.